bruh. The first half when we see his introduction, not even his introduction, but like everyone just talking about just like him, just to like get a like the intimidating atmosphere before you even see him, gave me goosebumps, bro. I was like, I like when you see this man come out with his costume straight out of the comics, like all he had to do was stand there and you felt the vibe where it was just like, yeah, don't fuck with this guy.
Okay, I'm getting tingles.
Wow. I love the intensity, that intensity, like that energy that like Jonathan Majors brought with his performance, especially like in that first half. Lord, oh my God, we didn't have to see this man fight, and I was already like, I was pissing my pants a little bit. I was like, this is good shit.
You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?
His stuff with Michelle Pfeiffer, especially like they're going through that origin of like how they met and like how she basically saved his life. That was really great. And it even gave me the vibe where it's like, oh, like they're actually making like Kang seem like he was a good guy at some point. He was a nice guy until she touches the multiversal core and then sees his memories of who he actually is. And then like, and I love those scenes too where we see the side of Kang like murdering people. That was kind of wild.
God damn.
You have that moment where like Kang's like all happy, like, hey, you ready to go home? And then she's like terrified, and then you're just like, but like come on, like Janet, let's go home. Like you really had that like shift in his performance where he just like goes from that seemingly nice, caring like guy that like you know that kind of it seemed like Janet like kind of fell in love with a little bit to more of that like monster. And I was like, I was shaking. I was like, this is incredible. Like Jonathan Majors is killing this shit right now.
He was exactly what I hoped he would be. Because Kang is not really Kang in the comics is not really an event level threat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's an Avengers level threat, but like it's always like he's more of like an annoyance than he is like an actual like problem.
Yeah, they usually stop him before he can actually do anything cool.
You will pay for this.
But Jonathan Majors is acting like this dude is going to be like,
dude, right? He's
going to kick everyone's head in.
That's the thing. Like, and Kang always seemed like a ridiculous character to me. So I'm like the fact that Majors is adding that gravitas to him to make him seem like he's gonna fuck everything up. It's just that was great.
A few moments later,
I almost wish we got like a little more time with him and his character.
There were some reviews that I saw where like they thought that like at the second half of the movie Kang was getting a little goofy, and like I kind of liked that. I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of liked how like he was kind of being a little bit more like the typical like monologuing villain, because like that's kind of how he is in the comics anyway. So it like kind of worked. So like I thought it worked to that favor. But no,
I think the goofiest. Sorry to interrupt. I think the goofiest part about him is just like the gif we have on screen where he like has to scream to like kill people.
Nah, that's because he's just crazy. Kang is insane in this. Like Kang is generally mentally unstable, and they lean on that in this movie. Like it's just like he's obsessed with conquering and just killing people for no reason. And it's
I'm just saying it's a silly visual.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the visual. Yeah, nah, I actually like that shot a lot. It was kind of fun. But nah, I thought Kang was dude. He was incredible, and he was giving Paul Rudd those Creed 3 hands, bro. Oh God.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
No, Kang was putting in that work. It was crazy. Alec, you didn't say anything yet. What are your thoughts on Kang?
I will say this though. It's to go from Thanos with, of course, Josh Brolin to Kang the Conqueror and his variants with Jonathan Majors. the status of having a big bad, it's with a great actor, continues. I think he's going to do great as the big bad, having to go forward. Concerning the Conqueror in this movie, I thought he was solid. He was intimidating, all the above of all you mentioned. I did feel that the character himself got nerfed at the end so that the heroes could survive.
This is some bull.
But concerning from Jonathan Majors' standpoint of how his performance, I thought he did great. You know, his monologue of like, you know, it's great. He mentioned, you know, his variance of having a tie of having the tide into Loki. I think, you know, I've got complete faith in him having to go forward. I've got no concerns about him.
2 hours later.
I like how drastically different he is from who he remains from Loki. Like I like, yeah. Even though they're technically the same character, they're drastically different in terms of their personalities, their motivations, which is like, I guess that's how it's going to be for most of a good portion of the variants we do see of Kang throughout the next 2 phases.
Hence the timekeepers in a highly efficient bureaucracy. Hence ages and ages of cosmic harmony. Hence, you're welcome.
He's just kooky. He's just a kooky villain with like a god complex, and I loved it. Yeah. I was like, it's, and you can tell that like fucking Major's having so much fucking fun doing it. Like he's born to play like this crazy intense monologue doing with a god complex.
You think this is new to me? You know how many rebellions I have put down, how many worlds I've conquered, how many Avengers I've killed. You think you can beat me? I am Kang!
My favorite moment, right, throughout the whole thing with Kang, when this man put a "Hey Auntie" and was like, "Hey Jelly Bean," I was like, like what?
That was funny as fuck.
I was like, yo, like that's what I do. Like, no, this man kind of gangster, bro.
Hey Auntie.
My nigga.
This man put a "Hey Auntie." He took a rule out of Killmonger's book. Oh, there's no way. Hey, I expect more of this shit in the next few. I want more of this like crazy ass intensity from Majors, from Kang, man. It was good stuff. I don't know if anyone else has any like favorite moments from Kang at all, or
a certain shot that was in the trailer and also it's in the movie too. I believe it was in the movie too. Well, it was when, you know, he's kicking Scott's ass and he goes, you know, somewhat in like a pitiful manner, he goes, you know, it's you thought that you could win. Yeah, you know, just that's a standout. It's a moment for me of like how he, you know, takes some pity on Scott of how he's like, you know, he's killed Scott's, you know, his variants in the past, that we mentioned. Like, you know, he's taken it out as the Avengers, or so he claims.
That's the thing, right? Like he even said, like, you know, I've killed Avengers before. Like, how do you think you can beat me? Like, I thought that was really, really cool.
Shake a nigga, come in, read the scripture. Shake a motherfucker, read the scripture.